Imagine waking up in the middle of the night after a vivid dream, your heart still racing, and a feeling of restlessness hanging in the air. You try to hold on to the details, but within seconds, the dream slips away like smoke, leaving only a vague sense of something unsettling that you can't quite name. Why do dreams disappear so quickly from your memory? The answer may be more revealing than you think. Get ready to uncover the mystery your subconscious is trying to hide. There's a deep reason why we forget our dreams, and once you understand it, you'll never look at your nights the same way again. Dreams have always fascinated people. Ancient cultures viewed them as messages from the divine, while modern science struggles to fully understand their meaning. Every night, your mind creates vivid stories, intense emotions, and even encounters with people you've never met. But what exactly are dreams? Science defines them as mental activity that happens during sleep, especially in the rapid eye movement, REM stage. For many spiritual traditions, though, dreams are portals to other realms, messages from the subconscious, or even glimpses into parallel realities. Research shows that dreaming helps process emotions, boosts creativity, and aids in problem-solving. So why do we forget something so important? Is this forgetfulness just a biological glitch? Or is there a deeper reason behind it? The answer lies in how our brains handle memories during sleep, as well as the hidden factors that may be at play. To understand why we forget our dreams, we first need to look at how sleep works. Sleep isn't a single uniform state. It's a cycle made up of different stages, and each stage plays a role in how dream memories are formed and stored. If you've ever woken up with a vivid dream, only to forget it minutes later, it's because your brain was transitioning between stages. Human sleep is divided into 4 main stages. N1. Light sleep. This is the first stage when you begin to feel drowsy. Your brain is still very active, and even a small noise can wake you up. Dreams are rare at this stage. N2. Intermediate sleep. At this point, your body starts to relax, your temperature drops, and brain activity slows down. Some dream fragments may appear, but they're not as vivid as those in REM sleep. N3. Deep sleep. This is when your body does most of its recovery work, like cell regeneration. The brain is less active, focusing on memory consolidation and strengthening the immune system. Dreams are rare here, and if they do occur, they're often fragmented and abstract. REM, the world of dreams. This is where dreams come alive. Your brain becomes highly active, and your eyes move rapidly under your eyelids, hence the name rapid eye movement. This is when we experience the most vivid, colorful, emotional dreams. The main reason we forget most dreams is that the transitions between sleep stages act like a reset button for dream memories. If you wake up directly from REM sleep, there's a good chance you'll remember your dream. But if your brain moves into another sleep stage before you're fully awake, the memory of the dream is likely to disappear. Another interesting thing is that the sleep cycle repeats throughout the night, meaning you can enter and exit REM sleep several times. This means that even if you have intense dreams, your brain might not record them if the transition between stages causes the memory to fade. Our brain works like a memory manager, deciding what should be stored long-term and what should be forgotten. This process happens in the hippocampus, which helps with memory consolidation. But during REM sleep, the communication between the hippocampus and the neocortex, the part of the brain that stores memories, is limited. So even if a dream is vivid and emotional, it might not become a lasting memory. This explains why we forget most of our dreams. But why does the brain block the information it creates? Some theories suggest that forgetting dreams serves a biological purpose. If we remembered every detail of our dreams, It could be hard for our minds to tell the difference between real memories and imagined ones. So, the brain uses a filtering process to avoid confusion. However, some dreams, especially those with strong symbols or emotions, seem to be erased more selectively. Plus, things like neurotransmitter levels affect dream memory. For example, during REM sleep, norepinephrine levels drop significantly. Since this neurotransmitter plays a role in memory consolidation, the brain's chemistry during REM isn't ideal for storing dreams. But what if there's something beyond just a natural process at work? Is there a barrier that stops certain dream memories from coming into our awareness when we wake up? If we think of dreams as a way to access different parts of the mind or even other realities, forgetting them might be a form of natural censorship or a barrier created for a reason. How you wake up could also influence whether you remember your dreams or not. If you've ever recalled a dream vividly right after waking, only to forget it a few minutes later, it's not just a simple memory loss. The way you wake up affects how much of the dream you can keep. When you wake up naturally, without a sudden alarm or disruption, your brain has time to process the dream and turn it into a memory. That's why many people who wake up slowly and stay still for a bit can remember more details from their dreams. On the other hand, if you wake up suddenly, like from a loud alarm, an unexpected noise, or even a shock, the brain may activate a kind of reboot for awareness. This happens because when you suddenly wake up, your brain focuses on the immediate information around you, and the memories from your dream are erased. There's also a key factor: the time between the dream and when your consciousness fully activates. Research shows that if you don't try to recall your dream within the first 90 seconds after waking up, it's likely to disappear completely. This occurs because, if it's not reinforced, the brain doesn't see the need to save those memories. In many spiritual and mystical traditions, dreams are believed to carry messages, connect us to other dimensions, or even involve experiences that shouldn't be fully remembered. But who or what causes this? Many ancient cultures saw dreams as a way to connect with higher powers. For example, witches believed that while sleeping, the soul would travel to other realities and communicate with spiritual beings. However, some dreams, especially those that reveal hidden truths or important messages, are often forgotten as soon as we wake up. In mystical traditions, some suggest that spiritual, energetic, or even technological forces may act like a veil, blocking the recall of significant dream experiences. Some theories propose that spiritual beings might interfere with our dreams. Certain beliefs suggest that beings from other dimensions or spiritual forces can deliberately erase or alter dream memories. According to this view, some dreams contain truths that our consciousness shouldn't access because they could challenge the way we perceive reality or trigger an early awakening. Some mystical teachings also suggest that the energy from certain people or environments can affect dream memories. For example, sleeping in high-energy places, near electronic devices, or exposed to certain vibrations might interfere with dream memory retention. This could explain why some people have vivid dream recollections when they sleep in different places, or after practicing spiritual protection techniques. Conspiracy theories related to technology and mind control propose that certain technologies can suppress dream memories. This theory suggests that electromagnetic fields, like those from electronic devices, Wi-Fi networks, or certain frequencies, might disrupt brain activity and prevent dreams from being stored in memory. Some people even believe that some of the dreams we remember might not actually be our own. Certain mystical traditions claim that external forces can manipulate our dreams, implant false memories, or alter the details. This could explain why you might have a powerful dream, but when you try to recall it, the memory feels fragmented or unclear. Here's an even stranger detail. Many people report that during times of spiritual growth or awakening, they start remembering their dreams more often and in more detail. This raises an interesting question. Could forgetting our dreams be a way of keeping us uncertain about something bigger? If we could remember everything we experience in dreams, could we unlock hidden knowledge that's been kept from us? Sigmund Freud, the father of psychoanalysis, believed that dreams reflect the unconscious mind, where repressed desires, traumas, and fears are expressed symbolically. According to him, forgetting dreams could be a defense mechanism. If a dream brings up something the conscious mind isn't ready to face, the brain just erases it before we can process it. The subconscious might hide uncomfortable truths, unresolved trauma, deep fears, or even unwanted desires in order to protect our emotional balance. Interestingly, people often find it easier to remember pleasant dreams than nightmares. This happens because the brain may block out traumatic dream experiences, especially if they involve extreme danger or things that challenge logic when we wake up. But what if these nightmares have hidden messages that we aren't meant to remember? Many spiritual traditions suggest that in the dream state, we can connect with parallel realities or unknown dimensions. If this is true, some nightmares might not just be products of our mind, but actual memories of experiences we're forced to forget. Another factor is that we tend to forget dreams that could help us grow or expand our self-awareness. Some traditions believe that during sleep, we might receive spiritual messages or even contact beings from other realms. But if the mind isn't ready to handle that information, it might erase it. If you have trouble remembering your dreams, it could be because of the pressures of modern life, constant stimulation, irregular sleep patterns, and too much screen time disrupting your dream memory. Substances like alcohol, caffeine, and certain medications can interfere with REM sleep, the stage where vivid dreams happen. For instance, alcohol may help you fall asleep faster, but it reduces REM sleep, which means even if you dream, your sleep quality suffers, making it harder to remember your dreams. Some medications, like antidepressants and sleep aids, can also affect your ability to remember dreams because they change the levels of neurotransmitters like serotonin and norepinephrine, which are important for storing dream memories. If you only sleep a few hours or your sleep is frequently interrupted, your chances of remembering your dreams drop significantly. People with irregular sleep schedules, insomnia, or who wake up often during the night have fewer opportunities to solidify their dream memories. Here's an important point. Modern society tends to prioritize productivity over rest. Could our culture of constant work and lack of proper rest actually be stopping us from accessing the hidden lessons in our dreams? Stress and anxiety can block our ability to remember dreams. When we're under constant pressure, our brain focuses on survival-related information and ignores things that seem unnecessary for daily life. This might explain why many people remember their dreams clearly when they're in a relaxed state, like during a vacation or a spiritual retreat. When the mind slows down, it's easier to access the content of dreams. If dreams are like windows into the subconscious, revealing fears, hidden desires, and inner conflicts, then forgetting them might leave us vulnerable to manipulation by outside forces, limiting beliefs, or even systems that don't want us to discover our true potential. If remembering dreams helps us understand ourselves better, develop our intuition, and unlock hidden strengths, then learning how to keep those memories might be an important step in personal growth. Imagine how different your life could be if you could remember every detail of your dreams. Many people underestimate the power of dream memory, but recalling dreams can bring unexpected benefits to your mind, emotions, and spiritual growth. And if forgetting dreams is something that's been imposed on us, then regaining the ability to remember them might help us reclaim hidden parts of ourselves. If dreams are messages from our subconscious, and maybe from something greater, then learning to value them is essential. Gratitude can be a powerful tool for remembering and understanding your dreams. When you express gratitude for your dreams, even if you don't fully understand them, you send a signal to your brain that this experience matters. This creates a positive cycle. The more you value your dreams, the easier it is for your mind to store them. One simple and effective technique is to practice gratitude before going to sleep. Studies show that practicing gratitude reduces stress and improves sleep quality. When you fall asleep with a calm and positive mindset, your brain is more likely to enter deep REM sleep, where the most meaningful dreams happen. On the other hand, if you go to bed stressed or upset, your mind might block or distort your dreams. But if you fall asleep feeling grateful, your consciousness will be more open to receiving clearer messages from the spiritual world. Emotional states like love and gratitude raise your mind to higher levels of consciousness. By nurturing gratitude, you not only improve your ability to recall dreams, but you may also start experiencing deeper, more inspiring dreams, or even lucid dreams, where you can interact with the dream world intentionally. Dreams are windows into the subconscious, and when you remember them, you can access messages that reveal hidden fears, repressed desires, and inner conflicts. Many psychologists use dream analysis to help their patients understand their emotions better. Artists, writers, and scientists have reported coming up with brilliant ideas through their dreams. For example, Mary Shelley had a vivid nightmare in 1816 about a scientist who brought a dinosaur-like creature to life. This dream inspired her to write Frankenstein, one of the most famous works in Gothic and science fiction literature. Stephen King also had a chilling dream about an obsessed fan kidnapping his favorite author, which led to his best-selling novel, Misery. If some of the brightest minds in history have used dreams as a source of inspiration, imagine what you could tap into if you remembered more clearly what happens when you sleep. Recalling your dreams isn't just about curiosity. It's a direct way into your subconscious. Through this, you can gain deep insights, uncover hidden truths, and even solve problems that feel unsolvable. However, for many, this ability seems to have been lost. Forgetting dreams might be a biological process, but it could also be a barrier placed on us, whether by societal patterns, energy interference, or limiting beliefs. The good news is that you can regain this ability, and with the right techniques, you can not only remember your dreams but also understand the messages they hold. Start by turning off your electronic devices before bed, as the blue light from phones, computers, and TVs can interfere with melatonin production, the hormone that helps regulate sleep. Overloading your mind with information before bed can lead to mental fatigue, making it harder to remember your dreams. To improve recall, try turning off your devices at least 30 minutes before you go to sleep and engage in relaxing activities like reading or meditating. When waking up, do so gently. A sudden alarm can erase your dream before you have a chance to remember it. If you can, use a soft-sounding alarm or aim to wake up naturally. If you do need an alarm, set it near the end of your sleep cycle, around 7 to 9 hours after you fall asleep. Meditation and relaxation techniques can also help prepare your mind for dreaming. Practicing these techniques before bed can increase your awareness of your dreams and make it easier to recall them. Methods like mindfulness or guided imagery can calm your mind and make you more receptive to dream experiences. If you wake up and realize you've forgotten your dream, don't panic. Stay in the position you were sleeping in, close your eyes, and relax deeply. This can often help you recover the images, feelings, or even the storyline that was stored in your subconscious, much like turning the TV back to the channel you were watching before it was turned off. Remembering your dreams is just the first step. The real power comes from understanding them. But be careful not to overinterpret. Not every dream has a deep meaning or a clear message. Sometimes, a dream is just a reflection of your day or recent worries, or your brain is simply reorganizing daily information into a story with no real significance. Analyzing every detail too much can lead to false conclusions or unnecessary stress. For example, dreaming about falling from a building doesn't necessarily mean something bad is going to happen. It might just be your body's natural reaction during the sleep cycle transition. The key to interpreting a dream correctly is to find balance. If a dream repeats or leaves a strong emotional impact, it may have deeper meaning. But if it's just a random scene that doesn't relate to your life, it might not require much analysis. What's most important is how you feel after waking up from the dream. Sometimes, the real message of the dream isn't in the images or the story, but in the emotions it stirs up. Dreams are often a direct communication from the subconscious, and the subconscious speaks through feelings, not words. If you wake up from a dream with a strong emotion, whether it's peace, anxiety, mystery, or a sense of discovery, that emotion is likely the key to understanding the dream's message. Carl Jung called this the sacred feeling, an intuition that a dream has special significance, even if it seems confusing. If a dream leaves a strong impression, trust that feeling and think about what it might be trying to tell you. Many people report physical sensations after certain dreams, like a heavy chest, chills, or a sense of relief. This happens because dreams also affect your body's energy, helping release emotions and process information beyond what the mind can logically understand. Paying attention to these sensations can reveal a lot more than just trying to figure out the dream like it's a puzzle. Instead of rushing to look up symbols or search for outside interpretations, one of the best ways to understand a dream is to sit quietly for a few minutes after waking and ask yourself, how did this dream make me feel? What does that feeling remind me of in my waking life? If I had to sum up this dream in one word or concept, what would it be? Often, the answer comes as a subtle intuition, and that's the true meaning of the dream.